Do you have achy neck muscles or shoulder muscles or upper back? So I mean like aches and stiffness in this area or in this area or even across your chest and in your upper back. Do you spend hours hunched over your computer in probably not so great posture? This will actually contribute to aches and pains in your upper back, in your neck, and your shoulders. So for those who don't know me, I'm Karin from Karinyogalife, and today I'm going to be sharing some simple and easy stretches and yoga poses that you can do to alleviate or relieve your neck stiffness, pain in the shoulders, upper back, and across the chest. And I know lots about this subject because I have spent many years, days, hours in front of a computer in a not so great posture, meaning a posture that looks something like this, hunched over, which is really not great for the body. So there are three things that we need to keep in mind when we want to be helping ourselves in this area. The first thing is to be aware of our posture. When we're sitting down, or just in general being aware of our posture, but especially if you have to sit in front of a computer for long periods of time, you want to be sitting as straight and tall as you can, with the neck over the shoulders and the shoulders over the hips. So you want your alignment to be relatively straight. So let me just turn around and show you. You want to have the ears, shoulders, and hips all in one line, as opposed to this kind of posture with the head thrust forward. You definitely want to be thinking about where your head is in connection with your shoulders. So that is the first thing that we want to keep in mind. We want to really be aware of that forward head posture and bring ourselves out of it as much as possible. So obviously, I'm not a doctor, not a physical therapist, but I have been to physical therapists about this very issue, so I'm just sharing what I have learned. But if you have serious neck or back issues, then obviously you want to check with your doctor before doing anything that's new for you. So I just wanted to say that disclaimer. The second thing is, if you're sitting a lot, clearly you want to take a lot of breaks. My physical therapist basically told me you want to be getting up every 20 to 30 minutes. Now, I've said this before, and I know it sounds drastic for those of us who have to spend many hours in front of a computer, but really I've actually started to do this, and I think it's making a big difference to my neck, shoulder, and back issues. So make yourself stand up, take a break every 20 to 30 minutes. There are actually apps that you can put on your computer that will freeze your screen to remind you that, okay, 30 minutes have gone by, you need to take a break. It's actually pretty amazing how quickly 30 minutes goes by when you are sitting in front of a computer. And then the last thing is you want to be doing some stretches for those muscles. So for these muscles, the side of the head, the side of the neck rather, the back of the neck, the front of the chest, the shoulders, the upper back, and that's what I'm going to be showing you today. I'm going to be showing you a couple different yoga postures and stretches specifically for the neck, the back, and well, the upper back and the shoulders. So I'm just gonna scoot back a little bit and we'll get started. So if you're watching with me, you can just come down on the floor, or you can actually do most of these in a chair, and we will get going. So you wanna just be sitting in a comfortable position. I always like to sit up on something, so I sit on a cushion to just elevate my hips, to make me a little more comfortable in a cross-legged seated position. But as I said, you can do this sitting on a chair. You don't have to be on the floor. So again, you want to be sitting up nice and tall. Again, ears, shoulders, hips, all in one line. And we're going to start with the neck and the shoulders. So we're just going to start by inhaling, looking up to the ceiling, chin up to the ceiling. Exhale, chin to chest. Small movements. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, looking down. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, looking down. and then come back to center. Before I go on, as I always say, if it doesn't feel right, don't do it, or make the movement smaller. Any sharp pain or discomfort, just don't do it. Generally speaking, if something is not right for you, your body will tell you. So let's continue. Sitting up tall, inhaling, you're gonna look to the right, and then exhale, look to the left. So we're just warming up those upper back muscles. Inhale, look one way, exhale the other. Inhale, exhale, come back to center. Okay, hopefully that all felt okay for you so far. So now we're going to pretend that we have a crayon on the end of our nose, and we're going to make circles with the nose. So again, start small, make the circles small, and we're going to just circle the head around a few times. If you get dizzy, just stop, don't do it, it's okay, don't have to. All right, here we go. So we're just going to circle the head around, just starting with super small circles, maybe making them a little bigger, just moving the head around, circling in one direction. We're just working on the mobility, the flexibility of the cervical spine, and come back to center, and then we'll go the other way. So circling the head the other way, just drawing circles with the nose a couple times in the opposite direction. Good. All right, coming back to center. Another one of my favorites, we're gonna sit up tall. We're gonna let the ear move down towards one shoulder. So I'm going to the right, and you can take the opposite hand to the floor, to the side of the chair. And we're already feeling a nice stretch along the left side of the neck and shoulder, so along here. We're just gonna stay here for a few breaths. You can do this in the middle of the day if your shoulders start to ache. If you want a little more here, you can always take your hand and just gently bring it on top of the head. You're not pulling, you're just adding a little bit of weight to coax the elbow or coax the ear down to the shoulder. Staying here for a few breaths. You can also bring the chin slightly down towards your chest. Stay here for a few breaths. Or you can take your chin up towards the ceiling, bring the hand more to the front of the head, and stay here for a few breaths. And then back to center. You basically just want to find that place on the neck and the shoulders that feels a little tight to you, and spend a little time there just giving a gentle stretch. You can release the hand and use your hand to just let your head or move your head back to center. And maybe you feel a little difference now between both sides. We're going to do the other side. Again, sitting up tall, inhale, just let the ear move towards the other shoulder, opposite hand onto the floor. You can stay here for a few breaths. You can bring the hand on top of the head, just gently coaxing it down and away from the shoulder. So again, it should feel nice, it should feel good. No sharp pain, we don't want any tingling, we don't want any discomfort. You can move the chin towards the chest, move the hand towards the back of the head. You can take the chin up to the ceiling, stay here. Again, just finding that angle, that position where you want to spend a little time, breathing into it. And then come back to center, bringing the hand next to the head, just coming back up. So we are stretching all these muscles up in our neck and our upper shoulders. Okay, so from here we're gonna just do simple shoulder rolls with our breath. So we're gonna inhale the shoulders up to the ears, exhale, take them back and down. Inhale, shoulders up, exhale back and down. Inhale up, exhale back and down. We're just getting some movement in those shoulders, just moving slow and easy. Releasing tension, tightness in those shoulders. Lots of people hold tension in their shoulders. All right, great. So from here, we're going to move on to seated cat-cow, which again, you can do in a chair. I'm just going to turn sideways so you can see what my back is doing. So if you're in a chair, you're just going to bring your hands onto your thighs. If you're on the floor, you can hold on to the knees. Sit up nice and tall. Again, ears, shoulders, hips all in one line. We're going to inhale, open up the chest, look up to the ceiling. Exhale, bringing the chin down, rounding the spine, pulling the belly in. Inhale, arching up, lifting the chest, looking up. Exhale, chin to chest, pull the belly in, rounding the spine. Again, if it doesn't feel good or if rounding is not for you, just skip it. Inhale, arching. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, arching. Exhale, rounding. One more. Inhale, arching. Exhale, rounding. Coming back to center. And coming back to center.